to get me started with her, Keith. But this is important, Keith,
Yes,
at
sir.
least in my opinion.
Sure.
If Kamala Harris loses on Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever we find out,
I think it'll be Tuesday.
She's going to pick up the phone and she's going to concede the same way Hillary Clinton did. If Donald Trump loses, I guarantee you this, and I'll bet anything on it, that if he loses, he will never concede.
Yeah, but Brian, come on, man. You remember 2016? Even Hillary was saying he was an illegitimate president.
And you know why she said? Okay, let's talk about that.
They all were saying he wasn't a real president. The Russian collusion bull jive. It was all. I mean, come on.
Let's talk about that.
That was all fake.
Sure. So first of all, it's important to note Hillary Clinton conceded.
She
called him. Number two, when she's called him an illegitimate president. By the way, I would say the same thing. And it has nothing to do with the election. It has everything to do, and she's clarified and talked about this. His behavior.
She's an evil woman.
Okay, well, we can get to why you think Hillary's evil, but let's stick to
about Mr. Trump. She is an evil, malicious, sore loser.
Okay, so Hillary Clinton is a sore loser, the one who conceded. Donald Trump, to this day, has not conceded he lost the 2020 election.
That's true.
Would you call him a sore loser?
No. He gave his reasons why, so I wouldn't call him a sore loser.
What do you mean he gave his reasons why? Nothing has been proven that there was any evidence of widespread voter fraud.
The fact that he gave his reasons and you just said that it wasn't proven, it's two different things. He just gave his belief why it was stolen. That's all.
So anybody could just throw a thing at a wall and say, hey, the election was stolen. Let me ask you another question.
Yes, sir.
In 2016 and the year before 2016, Donald Trump said that the election was going to be stolen and it was going to be rigged and the Democrats were going to cheat. And then something happened. Donald Trump won. I think we would agree. Donald Trump won a free and fair election.
Correct.
And then all of a sudden, all those conversations went away. I guess it wasn't stolen. I guess it was fair. Donald Trump won. And then for 3 years, I didn't hear Republicans talking about election integrity. And then it started up again before 2020. He's doing it again now. Under no circumstance will Donald Trump concede. He will not concede the 2020 election. He will not concede this election. I guarantee you 150% he will not concede. And if Donald Trump, let me ask you a question. If Donald Trump didn't say that the election was stolen leading up to January 6th, does January 6th happen?
It did, and it's a black mark. I'm to this day, I'm still upset about that. So
we all are.
But
the question is, go ahead.
Even in that, though, he said leave peacefully. He did not direct anybody to go do that.
Does that happen if Donald Trump isn't lying about the 2020 election leading up to January 6th?
I don't know. Honestly,
you think it would have happened if Donald Trump conceded?
Again, I don't know, Brian. I just know what he said that day in January 6th.
And I know what he said.
And he was never charged with insurrection.
No, but he's been charged with other serious crimes.
Well, they were trying to get anything they could on him. That's why they hate him so much.
What do you think about, I don't know who they is, but what do you think about him sitting on his ass for 4 hours during January 6th, not putting out a video for 4 hours? Would you call that dereliction of duty when people were dying, people were getting shot, and they were saying hang Mike Pence, and he sat there for 3.5 hours, 4 hours? Well, Melania Trump was being begged to put out a tweet, and she said no to stop the violence?
There was a lot of stuff that was made up that day, too. Only one person died on January 6th, and she was an Air Force veteran who got shot.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And the other people who died, they passed away, I don't know, he had prior conditions beforehand.
So there was a woman that was also trampled on the steps that day.
But only one person died that day, and it was an Air Force veteran who got shot. Okay. That day, there was only one person.
That day, there was also a woman that was trampled on the steps.
Okay, I don't know that story.
Okay,
I apologize.
Understood. Brian Sitnick died the next day. There were over 140 officers that were injured that day. Brian Sitnick died the next day.
Yep.
There were several officers that committed suicide. All their family members said they were never the same till that day. Okay. That's a lot of damage that was done that day.
I just said it was a black mark.
Okay, so we agree.
Yeah,
Let's not get into semantics on,
yeah.
Obviously, as someone who served, you don't want to see police officers being beaten with their own batons.
No,
right? Of course not. You're a
What are you
decent man. You don't want that to
here?
happen. We agree.
Every time I see the video, it makes me sick.
We agree.